Good evening. Let's see what Spirit has for y'all this evening. Holy Spirit, ancestors, archangels, ascended masters, all that's good in the universe. Please tap in with us, Spirit. What you need to know. All right, High Priestess. What you need to know, High Priestess. So message is going to be for, and I'm going to be honest, okay? I'll be straight up with you. All day today, I have been just thinking about my childhood and thinking about, these gifts that God has blessed me with. And how when I was a child, so brief story. So first of all, with the High Priestess, this is someone who is very intuitive, very gifted, okay, very spiritual. So when I was a kid, so I have some memories as a child that are completely just kind of like blocked out, that I don't remember. So whoever this message is for, you are someone, and I'm manifesting that this message finds this message is going to find who it needs to find. You may be someone who has pieces of your childhood that you do not remember. Me personally, I have bits and pieces of my childhood that I don't remember. In my adulthood, in my, older age, I'd say, after teenage years, so in my 20s, just hearing stories, people talking about things that supposedly I was a part of when it comes to, family stories. This happened, that happened. Do you remember this? And don't you remember this? Don't you remember that? I don't remember a lot of my childhood. Could be a trauma, part of a lot of the trauma. I have a lot of childhood trauma. A lot of the trauma, I don't feel that I remember everything fully, but the things that I do remember, I feel like is enough, and it's always been enough for me to make the decisions that I've made in my lifetime. I do feel like I'm still unlocking some of those things, those memories because I feel like as a child, I created a space where I blocked out specific things to protect myself. Maybe I did it intentionally, maybe my mind did it on its own, or I like to believe that God, my ancestors, my guardian angels have been protecting me from certain parts of those memories. And I'm okay with that. I'm not searching for them, I'm not digging for them, but I do feel that there is a reason for the awakening that I experienced to lead me to this empathic journey that I am on, where I am helping people. I am predicting things. I am seeing things that other people don't see. You can believe it or not, it doesn't matter. I'm living it. With the High Priestess being the first card coming out, number 222. As you know, my name on my profile is God's Chosen 2222. So 2222 is very important to me. 2222 is about alignment. It's about coming into full alignment with yourself and aligning. It just you can look it up. Look up angel number 2222. So I'm not going to go into depth. But anyway, I feel like this message is going to be about something about that, about an awakening, about you possibly, if you're seeing this and you are someone who have suffered from childhood trauma and struggle with memory lapses and things like that from your childhood. Um, there's about to be, before I pull the next card, I feel like there is something occurring within your energy field, where your spirit guides are guiding you on a specific path to not open those doors, those closed doors in your mind with that where that trauma is living, but to open up your gifts. Okay, so let's see what this is. Abundance. Look, whatever this is, okay, it definitely has to do with your abundance. Okay, the next card that came out is abundance. Okay, and it's, with this abundance card, I feel like it has, like I said, has a lot to do with your connection to God, your connection to source. Okay, you are someone who has experienced several traumas. Okay, and you may have blocked a lot of it out. You have memory of it, but you don't have memory of specific details and memory of, where you can lay out exactly what happened. You just know it happened, if that makes sense. Okay, and you are being led to a more abundant energy because you experienced some type of awakening where you realize that you're gifted. Okay, so back to some of the story before the time runs out. I want to get this out. I was visiting a family a few years back, years ago, and this is before my awakening. And during that visit, Dawn, I was visiting a childhood where I grew up, where I was living, where my mother lived, when my mother, if you've been watching me, you know my mother was murdered when I was a little girl. I was 7 years old when she was murdered. And this town that I lived in, I'm not going to call the town, I'm not going to go into detail about that, but the town that I lived in, that's where I went back to visit. And when I went to visit, my family members was telling me that there was an old woman that lived in the town that knew my mother, who was telling them that I was going to be coming. They just thought that she was just talking crazy. Like, what do you mean she's coming? Like, and they were like, she told them, when she comes, bring her to see me. And so when I came to visit, they were telling me that she wanted to see me. And so I'm like, all right, let's go see her. They took me to see her. And the first thing she said to me was, I knew you were coming and I've been expecting you. And she was like, have a seat. I want to talk to you. And she started to tell me about when I was a little girl. She started to tell me about things that I didn't remember. She started telling me how gifted I was. Everyone knew that I was gifted. Everyone knew that I was different. Some people thought I was weird and strange because I was speaking about, she said I was speaking about things that I couldn't possibly know. And I was predicting things that I couldn't possibly know at that age. I was just a little girl. I don't remember any of this that she was telling me. And so I feel like whoever this message is for, it's definitely has to do with your gifts. Okay, I've only started to accept and embrace my gifts over the past 2 years. About 2 years ago, I started to embrace them slowly. It took me some time because I was absolutely very afraid of them, because I had moments where things happened and I felt very afraid. I was afraid of myself. I was afraid of what I was capable of doing. I never ever wanted to hurt anyone or anything like that. But it got to the point where I had to be very careful about my emotions. I could not speak things out of anger, because when I did, something would happen. I'm going to have to pause the video and start over. I wasn't expecting it to go this long. I'm going to pause for a second and we're going to start right back up. So again, I'm going to say, like I said, I just was not comfortable with what I heard from her. But it was after talking to her and her telling me all of these things. She saw some things and she was telling me, you know, after telling me about when I was a kid, things that they witnessed and things that I did as a kid that I don't remember. I took that with me and it stayed with me for a long time. And I had very weird things happening after that. And I'm not going to go into that. That's like a whole nother story. That's a whole nother segment. And we're not going to do that. I want to get into the actual message here. But I felt like it was important for me to mention that because whoever this message is for, you have experienced something similar. I know that I am not alone in this. This is not, I don't set myself apart from the rest. I know that I am not the only one who has experienced these things. I am not the only one who has this gift. And my purpose and what I'm understanding now is to help you to awaken and to help you to be comfortable with yourself and not be afraid, because you are, as long as you focus on the Most High God, you will not be led astray. That is the most important thing. Every tool that you have available to you, you can use it as long as you are using it with good intention for yourself and your family. We do not change to the trajectory of fate. We do not mess with fate. We do not mess with destiny. 211 on my time. We only do what we are called and asked to do by the Most High. And that's the bottom line. You know, if you're seeing this, you know what I mean. You know when it is the Most High speaking to you. You know when it's negative energy that you're dealing with. You know. So let's finish this reading, okay? Again, High Priestess and the Queen of Pentacles. You are abundant already in your energy. You are awakening. You are at this point where you are realizing that you are gifted and that you need to be using it for a purpose with the 10 of Cups. Okay? You are in a more peaceful energy. You are stepping into your abundance. You are allowing yourself. That's the word Spirit just said, allowing. You're allowing yourself to be happy. You're allowing yourself to feel all of those cups because you know now that you deserve it. You know now that the gifts that you were given were not to curse you. They were to protect you. They were for you to use them to not only protect yourself, help yourself, but also help others. Yeah, your strength. You're becoming stronger and stronger every day. I did not expect this message to go this long. So we have 10, 10, 10. I mean, well, maybe 10, 10, 10 or 10, 10, 2, 2, 2, and 8, 8, 8. So with this tower, big change coming for you, okay? Clarify the tower. What's the big change, Spirit? Yeah, listen, I can't make this up. So now we have the star energy, okay? 717, 111, 777. The star. You are being put into a position, 444 coming up on my time. You're being put into a position to bring hope to those that are just like you. Yeah. To help release the anxiety So it's about being an example, okay? It's about, you know, being open and authentic and honest with yourself and with everybody else. The light at the end of the tunnel, and at the end of the tunnel, improving, releasing negativity and stress. You are relieving all of that. You're doing it on your own and you don't realize it. And how you're doing it is by embracing the gift. Embrace your gift. You are not crazy. Okay. Okay, now we have ending. So maybe embracing these gifts, 555 came up on the time. Embracing these gifts is causing you to lose people. And it's okay. Those endings. So the people who leave your life, the people who don't accept you for who you are, people who find themselves uncomfortable with your gift and things like that, that's because they're not meant to be a part of this. You have to accept when people are leaving or not being, yeah, that's the choice. They have a choice. They have a choice just like you. You get to choose you and embrace who you are. They get to choose whether they want to be a part of it or not. It's all about choices. Okay? Just like they have to accept it, so do you. I don't know if that one was supposed to come out. I'm not accepting that one. It didn't make sense. Oh, look. And that's 2 of Cups that just fell. Hold on. Okay, so that was the 2 of Cups that fell. And this 2 of Cups, like, says love, right? So you are learning, excuse me, you are learning to accept your gift. You are learning to partner with spirit. You are learning that you're, the love that you're embodying, the aura, first of all, I'm being told to tell you, your aura alone, people see the magic in you. People see the gifts before you even open your mouth. But you're getting to the point now where you see it and you're embracing it. You're loving yourself. You're allowing yourself to be exactly who God created you to be. And you're allowing the Most High God to use you in the most beautiful way. You're not hiding yourself anymore with the Moon. With the Judgment card. Uh-oh. With the Judgment card. Okay? Judgment's been called. There is no more hiding. Stability with the Emperor. Emperor energy here. Okay? Stability. Everything is stabilizing. You do not have to worry. Okay? Yes, those partial memories. I call them partial memories because, like I said, I myself don't have a full picture, a full memory of my trauma. But I know the trauma happened. I know I know it happened, but I cannot give details. I can't give dates and times and things like that because I was very young. But you are being protected. Archangel Michael, I'm being called to bring him up before time runs out. Get you an Archangel Michael necklace if you don't have one. You don't have to, but I recommend it. Highly recommend it. Okay? That's the message. I'm not doing readings right now, but if you would like to reach out to me and have a conversation, that's fine too. My email is godschosenempress@yahoo.com. I love you. God loves you. Continue to embrace your gifts and keep doing what God is calling you to do. Have a beautiful night.